I created an online F2L trainer designed to help you find new algorithms, track your learning progress, and practice F2L cases efficiently. It includes all basic cases for both front and back slots, plus the advanced and expert solutions from JPERM's popular F2L guide. In this video, I want to show you how to get the most out of the trainer and walk you through all of its key features. When we first visit the F2L trainer, we land on the Select view, which shows every possible F2L case. The cases are organized into clear groups: basic cases, basic backslot, advanced cases, and expert cases. Within each group, they are further categorized based on the position and orientation of the F2L pieces. To help us track our learning progress, every case has 3 states. By default, all cases are set to unlearned. Clicking a case cycles through the learning states, from unlearned to learning to finished. We can also customize the algorithms. Clicking the 3 dots on any case opens a dialog listing alternative options, and we can even enter a custom algorithm. The default algorithm works perfectly for me, so I will stick with that and close the dialog. Now, let's say I want to learn all the cases in the basic inserts category. I will set all of these cases to learning and click the Start Training button. Clicking that button brings us straight to the train view where the actual practice happens. At the top, we can select different sessions. Each session can have its own custom selection of F2L cases and distinct training settings. We will have a closer look at that later, but for now, let's keep the default session selected. Right below, the trainer displays the scramble for the current case. We can grab our cube and apply the scramble. Once scrambled, try to solve the case. To move to the next case, you can click the arrow, click the virtual cube, or simply press space on your keyboard. If you ever need a hint, you can click this button to reveal the algorithm step by step. If you want to change the algorithm for this case during practice, you can do it right here, which opens the same dialog we saw earlier. We can also hide the virtual cube entirely by clicking this button. Since I am pretty confident that I know this case, I can change its learning state right here to finished. If we go back to the Select view, you can see this case is now displayed as finished. Tracking manual solves is a great start, but now let's talk about my absolute favorite feature, Smart Cube integration. If you own a Smart Cube, you can connect it to the trainer by clicking this button, which opens your browser's pairing window. Once you select your Smart Cube and click Pair, the trainer will try to connect to your cube. The beauty of using a Smart Cube is that you don't have to scramble the physical cube. You only need to focus on solving the virtual cube. As soon as I make a move on my physical cube, the virtual cube mirrors it in real time. When I solve a case correctly, the next case is immediately shown, allowing me to keep solving continuously. If your algorithm contains a rotation, the trainer will guide you through it and remind you to rotate the cube back when you're done. If I make a mistake, the trainer highlights the error and prompts me to undo the wrong move. When practicing with a Smart Cube, you will need to keep green facing front and white facing up. If you have a Smart Cube but want to recognize the cases on the physical cube instead of the virtual cube, you can do so by opening the session settings, which I will explain later in more detail, and checking Scramble Smart Cube under the Training tab. In this training mode, you need to scramble the cube yourself and solve it by looking at your physical cube instead of the virtual cube. It's important to always hold your physical cube in the same orientation as the virtual cube. Compared to practicing with a standard cube, this has the benefit that the trainer guides you through the scramble and automatically shows the next case once the current one is solved. Once we have learned the algorithms, we can take our smart cube training to the next level with speed drills, a mode designed to build fast muscle memory for cases we already know. To enable it, we go to the session settings and under the training tab, select speed drill. I also like to see my timer in this mode, so I will check this box to display it. Once confirmed, the train view updates. After clicking start, there is a short countdown and then the drill begins. In this mode, always orient your physical cube with green in front and white on top. The trainer tracks both your recognition time, the time spent identifying the case before your first move, and your execution time, the time between your first move and the solve. This helps you identify whether you need to work more on recognition or execution. Now let's talk about sessions. We can create different sessions for different sets of F2L cases or different training styles. For example, I have a keyhole session to practice specific techniques and a learning session for cases I am still learning. Let's walk through creating a new session by opening the drop-down and clicking Create New Session. I want to practice basic inserts solved into the bag, so let's name the session Basic Inserts Bag. Next, we need to select our cases. The first option lets you select cases based on their learning state. With my current settings, this would load all the cases set to learning across all groups. But since I want specific cases for this session, I will select Individual Selection and pick exactly the ones I want. We could click Create right now, but let's customize a few settings in the Training tab first. Since I am comfortable with these cases, I will select Speed Drill and keep the transition delay set to 1 second. I could also hide the virtual cube after my first move to test myself, but I will leave that disabled for now. Pressing Advanced Settings reveals more train settings. Under Case Frequency, we can customize how often each case is shown during a session. By default, the trainer cycles through every case once before repeating them. If we enable Smart Frequency, we can prioritize unsolved and slow cases to make them appear more often in each loop. Since I like to see my overall progress, I will enable Recap mode, which still cycles through every case once but adds a visual progress bar. Below that, we can choose to practice left slots, right slots, or both. We will usually keep both checked. Finally, we can choose whether to add a random U move to the scramble and whether to display the timer. When learning new cases, I usually keep the timer turned off, but since I'm already familiar with these back inserts, I will turn it on. Moving over to the Appearance tab, we can start by setting the stickering style. We can choose F2L stickering, which hides all irrelevant pieces to help us focus on the active pair, or keep the cube fully stickered to practice realistic case recognition. Next, under the View options, we can enable Back View and Floating Stickers to see the back colors without rotating. Since the session is for back slots, I will enable Back View. Pressing Advanced Settings reveals a few more customization options. Here we can customize the cross and front colors of our virtual cube. Selecting multiple cross colors will randomize them, which is perfect for practicing color neutrality. Lastly, if we want to practice edge orientation for advanced techniques like X-cross, we can check this box to color code the edges based on their orientation. With our new session fully customized and ready, let's look at how to monitor our performance in real time using the side panel. This panel displays a running history of your solves for the current session alongside an overview of your session statistics. We can see that both the history and the session statistics update as I complete each solve. For a deeper dive, clicking here opens the full session statistics. We can view comprehensive performance breakdowns, and clicking on any individual case displays detailed metrics for that specific case. Having all of these detailed metrics is incredibly helpful, and as we build more sessions over time, we can manage them all in one place using the Session Manager. Here we have a complete overview of all our sessions. We can edit their names, customize settings, duplicate sessions, mark favorites, open stats, or archive them. Archived sessions are hidden from your main dropdown to keep things clean, but they securely preserve all your solves and statistics. If you want to permanently delete a session, you can do so by archiving it first and then deleting it. Additionally, if you practice on different devices and end up with similar sessions, you can easily merge them here. This will combine their histories so you never lose any progress. Speaking of practicing on different devices, you can create a free account to seamlessly back up and sync your training progress. This securely stores your learning states, custom sessions, solve histories, and paired smart cubes across all your devices. This is entirely optional. The trainer will automatically save all of this information in your browser's local memory anyway, but creating an account is highly recommended if you plan to practice on both your computer and your phone. To make practicing on your phone even better, you can install the F2L Trainer directly onto your device as a progressive web app. This gives you a clean app-like experience with the home screen icon and crucially allows you to practice fully offline wherever you go. If you ever have any question while using the trainer, you can check out the built-in help dialog. And if you have any feedback, ideas, or feature requests, please submit them directly through the trainer's feedback menu, open an issue on GitHub, or leave a comment under this video. The project is fully open source, so feel free to check out the code or leave a star. Happy cubing!